Hey, and welcome back for more stock market news updates. For more stock news, go and press the like button and subscribe so you can stay informed. With that being said, let's jump straight into today's stories. The stock market opened with a mix of ups and downs as a series of events shook investor confidence. Several companies released disappointing earnings reports, while economic indicators reflected a cooling job market. Economic data showed a concerning trend as the number of job openings in the U.S. fell to 9.6 million in June, marking the lowest level in over 2 years. This drop raises questions about the strength of the labor market recovery and the potential implications for economic growth. Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell views this decline in job openings as a potential sign of cooling demand for labor, which aligns with his efforts to tackle inflationary pressures. Investors are now closely watching for any signs of improvement or further deterioration in the job market, as it could impact the Federal Reserve's future monetary policy decisions. In a significant move, a major credit assessor downgraded the United States credit rating. The downgrade was attributed to the country's growing debt burden and concerns over the erosion of governance due to political standoffs over the debt ceiling. This development raises questions about the U.S. government's ability to manage its fiscal situation and the potential implications for borrowing costs and investor confidence. It also evokes memories of the last time the U.S. received a credit downgrade in 2011, which caused market mayhem. Market participants are closely monitoring how this credit rating change will affect the U.S. economy and financial markets. However, you should note that Bank of America is no longer forecasting a recession in the U.S. Also, the recent earnings reports from JetBlue and Southwest Airlines sounded a cautionary note for the airline industry. Both companies issued warnings about a potential slowdown in domestic air travel. With fewer people attending events and weddings, demand for air travel has softened, casting doubt on the industry's post-pandemic recovery prospects. Investors are closely monitoring how airlines will adapt to the shifting travel landscape and whether any further slowdown will affect their financial performance going forward. Speaking of earnings, Uber's recent earnings report surprised investors as the notoriously unprofitable ride-hailing company reported its first-ever operating profit in Q2. This achievement was fueled by growth in its main business lines, which are transportation and food delivery. However, Uber's stock faced a 5.7% dip on the day of the announcement, as concerns lingered over slowing growth. The 14% revenue gain in the last quarter marked its smallest increase in over 2 years, raising questions about the sustainability of the company's profitability. Investors are now closely monitoring Uber's growth prospects and whether it can maintain its profitability in the face of increasing competition and evolving market dynamics. Next up, we have Bed Bath & Beyond rising again. Following its bankruptcy filing in April, Bed Bath & Beyond has been given a new lease on life under the ownership of Overstock.com. The online retailer rebranded itself as Bed Bath & Beyond after acquiring the brand name, assets, and customer information. The new management has ambitious plans to revive the customer loyalty the brand once enjoyed and aims to launch a wedding registry by next summer. Investors are cautiously optimistic about the company's future prospects, and they should closely monitor its performance as it seeks to rebuild its market presence and compete in the highly competitive retail sector. You should also know that Walmart, the largest U.S. retailer, is incorporating third-party ads into its stores, offering advertisers access to its massive customer base. With approximately 170,000 screens ripe for ads in its 4,700 U.S. stores, Walmart aims to capitalize on its broad reach to deliver Super Bowl-sized audiences to advertisers every week. The move is part of a growing trend known as retail media, where retailers sell ad space and data to generate additional revenue. However, retailers must strike a delicate balance to avoid alienating shoppers with excessive advertising. Investors are closely monitoring the impact of this new advertising strategy on Walmart's revenue and customer loyalty. In cryptocurrency news, we saw Tether, the largest stablecoin by market cap, has been criticized for providing attestations instead of full audits. The company's attestation showed that its second quarter own profit increased to $850 million, even as the larger stablecoin market experienced a downturn. The absence of full audits raises questions about the transparency and stability of Tether's operations. Investors are closely scrutinizing the stablecoin market amid concerns about potential risks and systemic implications for the broader cryptocurrency ecosystem. Next up, we have Caterpillar, the iconic yellow construction equipment manufacturer, which exceeded earnings estimates and reported a 22% increase in sales in the last quarter. Demand for its building machinery remained robust despite price hikes. Investors are pleased with the company's performance, as it demonstrates resilience amid supply chain challenges and economic uncertainties. Market participants are closely monitoring Caterpillar's growth trajectory and its ability to meet increasing demand in the construction sector. In IPO news, we saw Birkenstock, the legendary ugly shoe brand, is rumored to be planning an IPO with a valuation exceeding $8 billion. The brand's resurgence is attributed to successful collaborations with luxury designers and a notable appearance in the movie Barbie. Investors are eagerly watching for the IPO announcement and assessing Birkenstock's future growth potential in the fashion industry. Now, for those of you who invest in oil stocks, BP and major oil companies like Exxon, Shell, and Chevron reported profit declines due to fluctuations in gas prices. Also, Toyota unveiled its first hybrid version of the Land Cruiser for North America and other key markets, all while Citigroup upgraded AMD stock to a buy rating and raised its price target to $136 from $120. Lastly, Meta Platforms has released AudioCraft, an open-source AI model that enables users to create music and sounds entirely through generative AI. This development could transform the music industry and revolutionize creative possibilities for musicians and artists. As the market grapples with these developments, investors will closely monitor economic indicators and earnings reports for further insights into the trajectory of various industries and the broader economy. With that being said, happy investing.